Well, yeah, that's the issue of Common Core. I mentioned that this morning. I kind of get a kick out of that when my school told me we don't do that whole RTI thing anymore because we're doing Common Core. And it's like, you know, that kind of indicates that we're now have a real clear understanding of, you know, the purpose of RTI. Intervention is actually probably more necessary with Common Core than it's ever been, because the one thing that we know is that the students that don't have good skill foundations are not going to do well in Common Core. I mean, they're so far out of range, they don't even have a realistic chance of being able to pass, you know, any of it. And so Common Core doesn't really specify that you can only teach, you know, in Common Core and aligned to that grade level of Common Core standards at all times. It's kind of a marker of where we want kids to be when it's all said and done, and then it backtracks and says, therefore, we want them to be here by 10th grade, here by 9th grade, here by 4th grade. But if you have kids that are way off that, that there's nothing about Common Core that would prevent you, and nothing about Common Core that said that you shouldn't go in and address those underlying skills that kids are missing. And in fact, it was just kind of considered, that was kind of taken for granted in what the Common Core authors, that would naturally happen if you want kids to be at these higher levels. One thing that has changed with Common Core is kids that were marginal readers used to be able to pass most state assessments. Now you have to be almost a super reader. I mean, you have to be very good at being able to read proficiently for long periods of time without wearing out. What do we know about struggling kids? They wear out the quickest. And so, yeah, I would say that this is actually probably makes Common Core makes RTI all the more necessary, if, you know, maybe even more so than before